Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy. Ancient African healing for the modern sister. Peace and blessings, everyone. So yes, it's been a while since I made my last video. Probably a whole week. And for me, that's kind of a while because usually I'm like on the roll, right? But let me just tell you what I've been doing the last week and what I've been needing to do the last week. So as many of you know, I have something called intensives. And they're really online, virtual online courses where I take a specific subject or series, title, topic, and we go deeply into that series, topic, or subject. And so they're called intensives because they're intense. And so last month for March, I did an intensive. It's all about the womb. It's all about the womb, period. All about the womb healing, getting rid of those endometriosis and vaginitis and diseases and all this stuff that women deal with, black women especially, because that's who I deal with. Those are my clients. Things that we encounter, right? So the second month, which is the month we announced, April, it's all about the womb 2, Ultimate Self-Care, the Art of Doing Nothing, where I really talk about now that you found love, what are we going to do with it, right? How are we going to allow what we've learned to help us to then implement it in our real lives? And then so my next intensive, which is May intensive, is all about the womb 3, the last of its series. It's about sacred and healthy relationships. It is the very intensive that most people would want to be a part of. And I'll tell you why. Our whole idea of happiness, our whole idea of joy, our whole idea of being and feeling good about who we are is attached to the relationships we have with others and the relationships that we have with ourselves. Okay? So what I realize is, in doing it's all about the womb part 2, Ultimate Self-Care, the Art of Doing Nothing, is that the doing nothing part, what comes out of that is how sacred and important the relationship with yourself is. So where I've been for the last week is I've been with myself. I've not been on the phone. I've only done my consultations that's for work. I only get in the group when I have to. I've been forced on a spiritual level to be quiet and to listen to my own inner voice. Also, we're in a retrograde, to go back and evaluate what I'm doing and how I can do it better. And so I really welcome you. It's on the website now. It's the ultimate, and it's all about the womb 3, holy and sacred relationships, and I would love for you to participate. Also, there's always the group Wild Women Who Run with the Womb, $37 a month membership, and you would love it. But I want to talk about, thank you, I got out the way, you know where to go. I hope you join the groups, hope you join the intensive. But I want to talk about me. Because when you go in that deeply, you should come out knowing something about yourself, since that's who you spent the most time with. And what I realized is, I want to talk about raw foods and some of the things that have happened since I became raw. I've been raw for 7 years. That's not a joke. It's to be commended and to be acknowledged and to be celebrated. Yes, all of those things. But it's only as important as what positive progress have I made since being raw. What has happened since I became a raw foods. And we talk about all this raw foods. We talk about raw foods all the time in the group Wild Women Who Run with the Womb, the $37 membership group. And I was thinking about what it has done for me. So first, let me tell you what I think is, I'm going to stay on subject, what it has done for me. Before I was a raw foodist, I don't know, and I was a vegetarian vegan, I don't know if I understood the connection between me as a human being, one living creature, to another living creature, like animals. Like, I don't think for black folks, we go vegan because we care or don't want to see animals killed because they have a right to live too kind of philosophy. I don't think that's why black people necessarily go into veganism. I think that black people go into veganism because they want to be healthier. They're either suffering from a disease, or they want to stop the aging process, or they got aches and pains, or they're on medication or drugs, or some of them are near death and dying, and some almost died, and so they bring themselves to veganism. Or it could be vanities. They want to look pretty or lose weight or have a nice body, have clear skin or hair grow. But it's not usually for animal rights, right? But I want to tell you that animals having a right to live and being a black woman or a black person, they should be one and the same. Because we look at veganism or white veganism as just that. That's white folks. They care more about animals while they walk over to homeless people to sign the petitions to save the whales. Like, to us, we don't get that because it seems like white people care more about animals than they do about people. And so they're always driven from, seems like, veganism from that point of view. There's nothing wrong in the sense with, there's something wrong with that we don't care about people more than we care about animals, but the idea of caring about animals doesn't have to be a white or black thing. I want to teach you today how very much it is a black thing, how very much it is an African thing. So if the beginning of civilization started on the continent of Africa, it probably is fair to conclude that mostly everything that was needed to survive was placed there. So animals would have had to come maybe before people, during the time people came, after people, they were there. And some of the most beautiful animals in the world come to us from Africa, live in Africa, natural habitats in Africa. And the connection that Africans had to animals was cosmic, was spiritual, was metaphysical, was esoteric. You know, in this country, if you live in the U.S., the people that get the most credit for being one with animal spirits and animal guides and animal nature is Native Americans, almost as if they have the exclusive one-on-one connection with animals, when in a sense, Africans have been having a profound connection with animals as well for a very long time. We understand that animals come as totems, as messages, as messengers to give us things. Like, we get that, right? But yet, when I thought about most of the black folks I know, black women, they are scared of dogs. They are very afraid of dogs. They're afraid of all animals. Most black people are afraid of bugs, let alone dogs and cats, and afraid. And I was one of those black women. And I kept thinking, it's funny, I've been raw for 7 years, and like that connection to animals, like when I look in the animals' eye, I see my own reflection. This animal is living and breathing. It has blood that runs through it. It has a heart that pumps. Oh my God, it has bodily function. It can have babies. It can procreate. And the love for them is so different. It's not why I became a raw food. It's not even why I became a vegan or a vegetarian. But eventually it caught up to me. That as an African, how could we be afraid of animals? And maybe it's a historical thing. Maybe because during the Civil Rights Movement, dogs was always sicked on us or used against us. Even during the enslavement Holocaust, animals had more respect and love than we did. Maybe because when animal rightists fight for animal rights, they never look like me and you. They always look like some people who are very privileged, who don't have to deal with not eating, not drinking, not living well, not living in good housing. They don't have to deal with crime and being attacked and poverty. So to us, we feel like there's more pressing issues. So I get that. But I want you to know that on a spiritual level, your disconnection from the animal kingdom is hurting you. That what I realize is I don't want to be scared for the rest of my life of things that I don't have to be scared of. I don't want to be scared of dogs for the rest of my life. When I see them, I feel some type of connection to every living creature. What has happened? Raw food veganism? Yes. And so I decided to do something about it. I said, you know what, Noob? There's a dog that lives next door, and I love the sun, y'all. Like, I could sit in nature, the sun, all the time. But because I share a courtyard with my neighbor, when they open their door up, the dog, it means the dog is going to be in the yard roaming, getting exercise, air. The dog deserves to be outside. But I then don't go out, so they have the yard with the dog. And then when they go and I come out, but I said, we could share the yard. It's usually that when I see the dog, and the dog will run up and bark, and I get scared and I run in the house. And I was like, I'm not living to my full capacity of happiness nor is that dog, because when they see me outside, then they can't come out. That's ridiculous. We can all share the yard together, but I have to get over this fear of this dog. So I started really thinking, when I see the dog, I look at the dog in the eyes, and one day the door was open and I came and I sat on my lounge chair, and the dog does what it always did, came out barking, and I sat right there. And I said, and the owner came out and said, I can pull the dog back in. I said, no, we both should be able to share this courtyard at the same time. You don't have to take in the dog. As a matter of fact, I want the dog to get to know me so the dog won't be tripping on me when it comes out. And the dog did it. The dog sniffed and went around me a few times and sniffed some more and went around me and looked me in the eyes, and I looked him in the eyes, and I could tell he knew I wasn't going to eat him because you could tell I was a vegan. So he felt the love. His owners actually are vegans as well, which is beautiful. And I'm not scared anymore. So when I see the dog, I'll come out, may bark for a few minutes. I'll stay my distance, but I'll look at him and let him understand. I will connect with him kinetically. I will connect with him, spiritually. It's a goddess power that we as women have, as black women. We have this power to soothe and calm anything and anybody. And I'm so glad. But I want to go to Africa, and I told my husband I want to ride the elephants. He's like, that's okay, you can ride the elephant. I ain't riding nobody. I want to be, what I'm saying, if it's not riding the elephant, can I touch it, hug it, listen to it, put my ear against it? I want to see what kind of creation the universe created in such an enormity, this enormous energy. I want to get some of that. I want to touch a giraffe, I want to touch a zebra. I want to ride a horse, and I'm still black. And I'm still proud, and I'm still a black power sister. When I say to you, my clients are black women, I work for black women, I don't mean that I'm not going to collaborate with other vegans that are not black, or other vegan organizations, or other people, vegans, that are bringing you quality of life that I want. So you got to understand, when you go into the raw food life, it creates a raw food lifestyle. So things, you don't eat at McDonald's, and you probably don't hang out with too many other people that eat at McDonald's, not because you're being snobby, because you don't eat that food because that food makes you sick. And when you eat live foods, they make you feel better. What I notice in the Bay Area, most raw food restaurants are owned by white-owned. They're not black-owned, they're white-owned, but the food of a true raw food restaurant, the quality, the way it makes you feel is off the chain. I don't care at that point who's serving me. As long as the food is good, the service is good, and their hearts are good. So I definitely look for raw food restaurants. Yesterday, I went to visit my daughter at her college, and she was about 30 minutes away from the city of Sacramento. And she's like, Mom, you always come here and you buy me the food I want, and then you go eat a salad at Whole Foods. I want to eat with you. Why don't we do a raw food restaurant? Why don't you look for a raw food restaurant in Sacramento? So I Googled, and a lot of them came, but the one that stood out to me was called Green Boheme. Green Boheme, 100% all raw restaurant. My husband, my daughter, and myself ate there. The food was off the goddamn chain. It was delicious. So let me explain to you when I talked about this change in me. Before I started YouTube, I was on public assistance, had an EBT card, collecting cash aid. I didn't have no money, I was poor. Had a college degree with no money. I still was organic, I did well, I wasn't raw yet, I became raw when I started doing YouTube, which was, so in 2009, I became a raw foodist. My life improved, my business is great, everything is working out, I love it, but I've changed. So I used to always dream about being able to wear 100% organic cottons, 100% organic clothing. Like that has been a dream for so long. But when I would look at organic clothing, they were always very, very expensive, because many of you don't know, but regular cotton crops are highly pesticided. If you are cranky, if you got vaginosis, vaginitis, fibroid tumors, different yoni issues, yeast infections, discharging, it may be your underwear. It may be the very clothes that you are wearing on your body is preventing you from being a totally healthy person. You know, it's like the idea we say we want to be natural, and now I wash my hair with water, and I only use conditioners of bentonite clay. I use bananas, real live bananas, and avocado, and honey for conditioner. I cleanse and clarify with apple cider vinegar, bentonite clay. I use things that I could literally eat and put in my mouth. I now feel more natural than I ever felt using Shea Moisture and all these other stuff that say they're natural, but I have such an allergic reaction to it that I don't think it's true. When I stopped using it, I thought better, my mental clarity, I was able to communicate better, my business grew, everything. When I remember, first thing I did was, because I am not on public assistance anymore, and I am making money off the things that I love to do, and the help that I give you, and the love that I receive from you, I'm able to buy organic panties. So when I go to Whole Foods, and let me just say, was this an organic t-shirts? So I bought a camisole from Whole Foods. It was $20 for the camisole. It is 95% organic cotton. It fits better, it holds better in the wash. I also buy my underwear, I think it's two for $20 from Whole Foods. They sell 95 to 100% organic underwears. I tell you, I bleed less during my cycle. Don't have discharge. There is no odor when I'm wearing my organic underwear or organic t-shirts. I sweat less. I feel happier and more joyful. So I stepped it up. I said, finally, you know, I'm going to go buy me some clothes that are 100% organic. Now, are there black clothing companies that deal with only organic cottons or hemps or other materials? I haven't found them yet. If you know one, please let me know, because I haven't seen them. And I know that it's something that we can be a part of. Like they have, you know me, I buy ethically. I shop at a boutique in Berkeley where either the stuff is 100% organic cotton, or it's recyclable clothing, or it's, but not used, it's a difference. Or it's based on a collective of women in different parts of the world who have collectives so that women can get paid. They are women of color, they're not black women. Although when I deal Africa, of course, it's my Shea Butter and Black Soap. I'm looking for more African cooperatives that make and deal with organic clothing. Or I buy jewelry from the people that have a shop that's, 20 blocks away from where I bought the clothes. So local, those things matter to me. Like, this is my life now. And so I decided, look up, organic cotton. I remember a friend of mine, my friend from North Carolina, she told me about this woman named Eileen Fisher. She is a white woman designer, but that she makes 100% or 95% organic or hemp clothing. I'm thinking, so you can have design, because I like style, I like design, I like chic, I like Afro chic or, Afro punk chic, but I love chic. Chic, oh me, that's me. So can you have chic and still have organic clothing? Because a lot of times when you go to festivals in California, a lot of the dresses, oh my God, they're long and flowy and beautiful, and I love those dresses too. And you'll see that style in organic, but maybe not a dress like this, or something kind of denim-like. And so finally, but Eileen Fisher is expensive, but I like her philosophy. And this is something I want to pattern myself after eventually. Our philosophy is that we can have clean fashion. That people in Bangladesh doesn't have to die so that I can wear Nike or clothes from H&M or what's the other place, Forever 21, which I refuse to shop at. I shop over the summer in New York, and I didn't like myself for doing it, and I realized I don't wear any of them damn clothing because you can feel the blood that's on the people's hand that sold them to you. So I know that to have organic cotton clothing, I have to pay more. I have to seek out people that create it, and right now it's white people that really corner the market, but me and my husband are wanting to invest in an organic cotton farm. We want to create our own cotton and hire people from different parts of the world to create the garments and the whole bit. So her model is great. We can learn as African people, do not take yourself away from good collaborations or working with other people or even learning from other cultures in a way that you can do it too. Because if that what I say is you're spending your money anyway. Walmart probably does not have good politics. They probably don't care about the workers to bring in all that cheap shit that they sell and we buy. So, and we're still buying from somebody that doesn't look like us, but at least if you're going to buy from somebody that don't look like you, hopefully they share the values that you share, because that's so important. Hopefully you can learn to implement and emulate what they're doing for your own community. So this dress that I have on, it's 100% cotton. I want to make sure I read it because I just took it off. I got so many things, y'all. I got so many things. So yeah, this is the skirt. It's a denim skirt. I want to just let you know, it's sustainable fiber. It's actually hemp. Hemp grows to towering heights at rapid rates without the need of pesticides or fertilizer. Organic cotton skipped the chemicals that make conventional cotton one of the most toxic crops. So hemp and organic cotton chambray is the slubby texture of hemp and the softness of organic cotton, a cross-dyed chambray with carat. That is this dress that I got, and I did wait till it went on sale because she is pricey. But what I've learned, especially being a raw foodist, is I went out to the Raw restaurant. It was my daughter, my husband, and myself, and we had one appetizer we shared. We had our individual meals, and we all had some refreshment. They didn't sell alcohol, so it was all good food. It was $77 for 3 people to go out to a Raw Food restaurant, and the food was off the chain. We're all still talking about it. How I felt when I left was on cloud 9. So I'm willing to pay for something that is going to be good for the environment, also good for me, because that's what's important. So this dress is very pricey. If you got it totally the price, but I got it way, way, way cheaper because it was on the sale rack, and I just want to say that. So you can go look for organic cotton if that's important to you. That's important to my entire lifestyle. What I eat. Now, of course, there's ways to do raw foods individually, where when we move to the South, we can grow every single thing that I eat, I can grow. So I can create, but most likely I'm still going to want to go out to dinner, and I'm going to want to go out to eat raw foods. So when we have more of those restaurants, it's going to be great. There's a vegan restaurant I talked about in LA, the Black-owned, wonderful restaurant, but it's not for people who have been doing raw for 7 years or raw for any amount of time. It's not for raw foodists. There's another restaurant I go to in Berkeley. It's called Herbivore. It's a wonderful vegan restaurant, but it's not for raw foodists because they only have a salad. So I don't call those restaurants for raw foodists. When you're at my level of doing raw food, where you're 100%, you seek out those places. But you also not only change the way you eat, but the way you dress. I know that I had my organic peonies on, my organic camisole, I had my organic, I had this same dress by Eileen Fisher, not this dress, it was an organic hemp skirt everything was organic, probably except for the shoes. I still do have a love for suede and leather shoes and bags, but I'm getting away from it. But I'm growing into that, but I'm going to stop one day soon. But I felt, it was like 75, 70, almost 80 something degrees in Sacramento. It was sunny and hot. I never sweated. I felt alive. I was happy. And I knew it was the clothes. I know that connection to animals, that connection to your food, that connection to the ethical, safe, clean way that your clothes can be made is important. I am that woman. I believe that there are black women who love to look nice and have high-end stuff, but they want it to be natural. That they will pay for the natural fashion and the clean fashion. And they will pay for the clean to go out to a raw food restaurant and buy and have the foods that they really want. That they would invest in having animals as spirit guides and to connect with more than just protection, and to protect and serve, but to also serve in spiritual ways. I know there's black women that want to see a better earth for us as black folks and everyone else, of course, but we really do matter. And putting ourselves first in the vegan movement, in the animal rights movement, we have to redefine it for them to help them understand. Like, I know that I have people at Herbivore. I love you, the staff there. You're watching me. I know that you're white. I know there are other people that's white vegans that are watching me. And I want you to know I thank you for being there and watching me and respecting and loving that I don't want to be separate. I want to be heard. I want our people to be heard. I want you to understand, and other black people, that we exist. We like organic clothing. We like animals. We love them. But we have a connection that's different. We must redefine for ourselves what it is to be a black vegan. We must help you to understand what that is. And instead of when you have, white folks, when you have your festivals, and it'd be like Raw festivals, but there never really is any black speakers, maybe Karen Calabrese but I got natural here. I'm living the natural life. And so consider bringing in people of color, particularly black people, because you'll have an Asian woman, you might have a Latino woman, but really a black male or woman, male, female, talking about animal rights and veganism from our perspective and allowing us to share our perspective and our story so that we can collaborate with you. But you have to understand what our mission is, and that I want to get that mission out to the world, to respect that. Don't judge a black person by, you think if they're all black people like chicken wings. Now this might not transfer to another country, because maybe in your country all black people don't like chicken wings, but in America that's what people think. We like chicken, or I don't know what other stereotypes that we don't like animals. That's just a stereotype. That we don't care about natural clothing, that we don't care about the environment, and if we do, then we are not really black, right? Because sometimes you got black folks that's into those things we name, but they don't really associate with other black people, and they don't feel black like that. They feel one love, and I believe in all of us loving each other, but first we have to love ourselves. And I believe as black people, saying I'm not going to wear cheap ass clothes that's filled with toxins and other people are dying so that I can wear it is taking a stand. Saying that I'm not going to eat the devalued or devitalized foods that don't make me feel good is taking a stand. Being closer to animals, learning how to see, feel, and hear them, listening to their messages, that's taking a stand. Wearing organic cotton, well, whoever it's from, until you can create your own industries. I know that my client continues to change because I continue to change. I know that there are women that want a lifestyle like this. When I think about my retreat that I'm creating in North Carolina, we're going to have the best organic chocolate, the best organic macaroons, the best organic chips, the best organic, kale chips, the best organic. You're going to lay on organic cotton sheets and organic cotton pillows. You're going to have organic cotton towels. I'm going to have a salon in there that does water-only hair washing, and you can go in and get your hair done with natural products. Everything 100% organic, high quality. That's what I've learned from being in California, being a raw foodist. It is yes, there's a high-endness to it. But many of us have high-end shoes, or we have high-end bags that we like. Why is our own person not treated in a high-end way? There's nothing wrong with that. And if you feel like, well, I don't have the money to be a raw foodist, you can be it simple. You don't have to go to Raw Food Restaurants. I don't have the money to buy 100% organic clothing. Then take my course, Wild Women Who Run with the Womb, and for the whole year, you'll take that course and you'll have everything you need to get what you want. So take an intensive, it's all about the womb, and let's clear up the spaces in you that are blocked because you don't believe, because you're not getting what you want, because you haven't changed your lifestyle in order to do it. I started off this video by telling you where I came from, welfare, food stamps, and public assistance, to self-employed, a successful business, married to a wonderful man, and have a beautiful daughter, and living the life that I want, and it ain't even stopped yet. There's so much more I want to do. That now I can have organic cottons and organic pennies, now that I can invest in organic cropping and organic cottons, and now I can learn more about hemp, so I can collaborate with people from all over the world. When you become a businesswoman, you become a global ambassador for your people. So the way you present yourself, the things you care about, you must share it. But I know that you women care. And you may not have thought about animals. You may have not thought about the clothing. I'm telling you, the clothing is making us sick. I believe more than half the disease that women are suffering from, and I mean all women. But because I deal with black clients, that black women are suffering from, it's the clothes we're wearing, especially the pennies. And it's not enough to say, they'll tell you, oh, well, just get cotton underwear. Make sure you wear cotton around your yoni. Cotton is one of the most highly toxic pesticide crops that exist. So they're already not good. So they're telling you to do that. That's not it. We need organic cottons, no pesticides, no fertilizers, nothing. We need to understand that animals are our friend and we can help them. We don't want to eat them because we don't have to. We actually don't have to eat animals. We're not barbarian people. We're not, I think sometimes we, as especially people that love to black folks, we try so hard not to be like white folks that we try to do everything opposite that they do. And I understand that when you're wanting to figure out who you are and what your own thoughts are as a black person, but there's things that they do that really are in the right direction. It's just that you don't fit into their paradigm or their maybe organization. So how do you create your own organizations that help to assist them in understanding what your needs are, everybody in the world, but also more important to assist your own people in having a holistic life, really having a raw food lifestyle. That's what I love about Raw Foods. The opening of my heart, the opening of who and what I am and where I'm going. I want to get more organic clothing. Everything, I'm replacing all my old underwear with nothing but my new organic underwears. Every time I go to Whole Foods, I buy another set, which is 2 pairs or 2 panties in a set. I'm buying more organic camisoles. I'm investing in more of Eileen Fisher. If there's other designers that and I'm asking people, other designers that are good about their organic cotton clothing, like Eileen Fisher, let me know. I would like, if you know some black ones, and women of color, that's great, but if you know even the other white ones, I just want to know what's out there so I can give my people choices until we can start being a part of that industry that we don't even think it's important to us, but it is. So I'm growing constantly. I'm bringing you new information constantly. Like the next video I want to do, I'm going to do like a 6 videos for free right here on YouTube talking about raw foods. Last video I talked about raw foods and black entrepreneurship and self-love. Today I talked about raw foods as it pertains to animal rights and organic cotton clothing or fashion. And next week I'm going to talk about the downside of being a raw foodist for 7 years and more. And it's good, it's humorous, but it's some great points. And then I'll set up 3 more videos. And we'll do a whole little series right here on YouTube. It's free for anybody that wants to watch, because you need to know what it's like to be, when you find a black woman who has been raw for 7 years, you might want to pay attention to what she got to say. Because it's different than watching another raw foodist that doesn't look like you, live like you, come from where you came from, and then me. It's a difference. And I want to be able to use my platform and my experience as a black raw foodist, and to not apologize for being a black raw foodist, and hopefully that other spaces will open up to black raw foodists. We have value, we have a story, but we also have economy. There's an economy, possibility of jobs and work for people in the natural fields, and African people should be included and create their own as well and collaborate with other people. I truly believe that. So anyway, I was supposed to go deep within, but I really went deep without. And it was in a good way. And oh yeah, this is the dress here. So actually this was the dress that I got on sale. And this here was the skirt that is also organic cotton. And this one is the Whole Foods stuff. You go to Whole Foods, they have these wonderful organic clothing, non-GMO organic cotton, no sweatshops, no toxic pesticide, no child labor. It matters. Care about it, because many Africans are being enslaved right now. Our kids are working in chocolate factories, I'm going to call it, and that are doing great harm to our children, being stolen to be slaves and to work in a lot of these industries. And at least if we could be able to create cooperatives around our African people, just like they do for the Indian women or the Middle Eastern women, and even the African cooperatives like Alafia, there's more. We should be in the fashion industry doing it clean and healthy. So I am a black raw foodist. I am 100% raw foodist. I am a vegan. I am a black vegan. I love animals. I don't believe in the killing of animals so that we can eat. I care about my clothing and the way that it's made and the people that make it. And I care about myself. And most of all, I care about you. So yes, please go to the website and join the next intensive. We're talking about sacred relationships and really how to have it. Join the group Wild Women Who Run with the Room. It's always there. And I just love you all. Thank you for loving, supporting, and respecting me. And black folks, when you love and respect yourself, every other culture loves and respects you as well. I've gotten nothing but love from non-black folks. And for those things, non-black people are not going to like me if I'm truthful. They will love you if your heart is loving, if your heart is open, if you care about humans and every living creature. You will see so much blessings come into your life as it has in mine. This is Nubia, I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, ancient African healing for the modern sister. Peace and blessings. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Africa 7 beauty products that are on sale. You want to talk about living organically? You want to talk about living naturally? You want to talk about living and being kind to the earth? But these products are so amazing. I forgot to say, and what else I was wearing yesterday was my African 7 shea butter, which is this one is lavender and this is whipped to perfection. I also use my beautiful, wonderful black soap. We have a facial soap that's coming out. This is actually the body wash, which is rose geranium, 100% organic essential oils that we use. Also, I have my lavender mist. It actually set my beautiful skin from yesterday. It protected me from the sun, and it also moisturizes for hair and body. And of course, we have clay, bentonite clay facial mask. We have bentonite clay toothpaste. The formula is so delicious. You're going to love it. And of course, we got other things coming. Deodorant is definitely coming, and a few other things. Okay, now I'll say goodbye. This is Nubia, I of the blood. Oh, wait, one more thing. I'm sorry. Also, numerology readings. For those that have received a numerology reading from my blood sister, Aisha Sutton, leave a comment under this video because I know she's been getting great reviews and people are loving her. If you go to my website, which is in the description box, www.theblackberrybeauty.com, you'll see the website to my sister. I'll link you to her website, and it's called Numerology Cafe. She is running a special for March. It's better than any price I got on my website, so you better go over there and get you a full-out chart reading. She's the bomb, and her prices are going up next week, so you won't be, next month rather, so hurry up and take advantage. Also, Africa 7, the link is in the description box as well as on my website. Buy your products and services, and of course, join the intensives and the groups. Love you. This is Nubia, I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, ancient African healing for the modern sister. Peace and blessings.